Hi everyone, in today's video we will be talking about the new AJR album, Neotheater. This is the third album from famed trio, America's favorite, music critics' favorite, AJR. I was wondering how to preface this video. I could say AJR has been around for 2015. They've released 3 albums so far, this being their third. Or I could say AJR is a group consisting of 3 brothers, I believe, who make music for people who don't care about music. AJR really makes music for people who listen to like top 40 playlist. I went into this review pretty negatively because AJR has always had a bad album lineups. That they've had bad albums. Their 2015 debut, awful. Their 2017 sophomore LP was really bad. So I came into this album thinking it's only going to get worse from here. But I was pleasantly surprised when I heard that it was actually better than the previous 2 albums. And I could safely say that this is AJR's best effort yet. However, that doesn't mean it's good. This thing is packed full of just basic, boring, and bland pop tunes that are made, again, for people who don't care about music, who just want instant gratification. They don't care about, lyrics or emotion. They care about sound. Everything else can just go in the garbage. They only care about the sound of things. If it sounds nice, I'm gonna listen to it. Right? People who listen to AJR listen to just sound, and the vocals are really like secondary. The lyrics are secondary. Nothing is important. Nothing is as important as beats, the choruses, the gargantuan sized choruses that are on almost every song on this album. And the one thing that I find kind of frustrating is that there's such a pop formula. It's so blatant. It's have kind of a nice twinkle in the introduction of a song. Then you build up to the chorus, and then you have the chorus, and then you repeat step 1. Yeah, I mean, it's just really, really basic and bland and boring and uninteresting. And AJR, they seem like pretty talented guys. They seem pretty good. They know how to make music, so that's a plus. And I don't think their singing ability is terrible. I just think their songwriting is extremely cliche, absolutely flavorless, and holds no value, no substance, no meaning. They're empty platitudes, barren wastelands of thought, of ideas, of philosophies, and whatnot. Lyrics on this thing are bad, front to back. But there are points where I'm pretty interested in the lyrics because they actually kind of talk about something important. But immediately after those lyrics, there's a gargantuan chorus that's kind of really bright, glitzy, glittery, sugary, sweet. Completely ruins the vibe and puts a foot in the mouth of AJR. It just ruins what they were trying to say. The song in particular, Don't Throw Out My Legos. This song is talking about an interesting topic, talking about the unwillingness of growing up, basically. That's how I put it. And that's something that most people can relate to. People don't want to grow up. But immediately after the introduction part, you get the chorus, and it's just loud, in your face, unrelentless, ruthless, doesn't care. It's just this chorus that comes into the game and just punches on you after you've heard of like an interesting spark, something that was actually interesting to listen to and made you think. Nope, you get punched in the face with this super loud chorus that sounds like it was put through like so many different filters to make it louder and louder and louder. Then you have a couple piano ballads on this album, like Tuning Out Part 2, which is a second part to a song that was on The Click. I didn't want to hear the song on the click. I just listened to Turning Out Part 2, and you know, it was decent. It wasn't terrible. The problem with this album is that it's so different from what the vocalist is saying and what the production is sounding like. The two do not mix. It's oil and water. They don't go well together. How does this happen? Do they have no sense of like musicality? Do they have no sense of direction? Do they know how to write songs? I mean, they can write decent choruses, they can write decent verses, but they can't write an entire piece of music. While it is an improvement on a lot of fronts that AJR had, it's only an improvement to a certain extent, to the point where maybe more people will listen to it because it's not as bad as their previous albums, but maybe more people will listen to it not caring about anything else. Oh, AJR, who's that? I'm gonna listen to it. Oh, cool sounds. I'll listen to them forever. Yeah, to me, this is an album for people who don't listen to music. When I say don't listen to music, I mean they don't listen to music and experience it. This is not an album to experience. This is an album to play in like the background. And even then, if you like hone in on it for a slight minute, you realize how bad it is and how just how bad it is, really. Oh, this one song, I can't remember what it was. The Entertainment's Here. That song, that's really bad. It's like this like funk attempt or something, but everything's made on a computer and it just sounds really computery. Dear Winter is a really bad track. And wow, I'm not crazy. These song names are just really boring and bland. Break My Face, 100 Bad Days, which I want to talk about in a little bit, because this song, 100 Bad Days, one of the lyrics is, I want 100 bad days so I can have 100 good stories, and I'll be interesting at parties. What? How is 100 bad days gonna turn into 100 good stories? When I have a bad day, I don't have a good story attached to it. Rarely do I ever have a story attached to that bad day, and if it is, it's usually a bad story. How are you gonna have 100 bad days, 100 good stories that you can be interesting at parties? At this point, this album is just a big headache of just pop, 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 pop. In your face pop. It doesn't even try not to be pop. It's anti-music. It's music for people who don't listen to music. It's music for people who were stuck in a house for 18 years listening to nothing but like musical soundtracks and Disney movies. Oh God, this album is just so uninteresting that there's almost no substance or flavor, that when you bite it, it just crumbles in your mouth and fades into nothing. This album isn't good. I'm just gonna end this album review here. I'll give this album a D. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this album down below. Let me know albums you want me to listen to. Recommend me some albums to review. I hope you have a great day. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. AJR Neotheater. Until next time.